Awesome. Welcome to the stream. Hello, everyone. My name is Miriam. I'm the founder of Chibur, and today I'm live on Entre with my guest, Daniel. Thank you for joining the stream today. I really want you to join this conversation. It feels really great to see people coming back to the streams every week. You can comment in with your questions, raise your hand to join us on stage, and use the reactions. Daniel, how are you doing? Oh, I think you're on mute.
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, Miriam. So great to be here after a very long time that this meeting has been scheduled for. So great.
Yeah, no, we've been talking about having you on for a while. I'm so glad to have you. I appreciate you taking the time. For those that don't know Daniel, he's a 25-year-old tech owl, which I want you to explain to me what that is, but he's been coding since he was 14. He believes he can change the world with his hands, a keyboard, and extra hands. Passionate about web development, data science, animation, content writing, product development, nerds out on market branding, graphics, and education. With more than 5,000 edits alone on Wikipedia, he has led the Mozilla and Wikipedia communities and currently leads Unblock Africa. So we're going to dive all into coding and what Daniel's journey has been like so far. If you have questions, please comment them in. Why don't we just start with how did you just like what inspired you at 14 to say, I want to start learning how to program?
Okay, I would say I pretty much started by accident because it happened that I was walking into the computer laboratory. We have this thing in Nigeria called computer laboratory. That's where all the computers are kept. And I walked into the computer laboratory, and the teacher in charge of the computer laboratory happened to have a textbook on his table on HTML4. And coincidentally, at that time, I had my mom had bought me this, she had this laptop she had gotten for herself that I had kidnapped. She was not all tech savvy. She had just gotten a laptop for one reason or the other. So she was not tech savvy. I was the tech savvy one. And I was able to. So I had a computer at home, which was a rare thing for me as a Nigerian child. And I had this HTML4 textbook, and I was told that, I could use it to learn how to, build websites and all of that. So that got me intrigued, and I got into HTML4. Then along the line, I got into VS Code. I was writing C++, and that was just the whole beginning for me. And I had a very encouraging school. The school I attended had this, they put, there were times where they set questions because they knew only I could answer it. Yeah, so I had this very sweet spot in school where they just celebrated what I did. I programmed some quizzes and all of that, and I was very encouraged. Yeah, so that was how I just got the fire.
So the first thing you programmed was like a quiz for school, for class and stuff.
So the first thing I programmed was pretty much a quiz. And I also did a search browser, like a browser basically that just had a search bar. Now, why did I program a quiz? I programmed a quiz because it gave me the opportunity to put in pictures and next page. It's one thing to build a web page, but if you can't click it and, get your wrong answer and everything, then it becomes like a very static thing. So I wanted to show off that I could actually do things that were not static. So that was why I actually worked on with the web page and a search bar for a browser. So that was basically it.
Very cool. And what kind of things are you coding now?
Okay, so coming from that was when I was 14. I stopped coding for a while, when I got into university. Then I got back my coding rings when I was 17 and all of that, and I got on coding again. And I've been building websites. I've been a front-end developer. I've been a front-end developer for a fintech. I've been a digital officer for a military contractor. So currently now I'm a Wikipedian in residence for the African narrative. So Wikipedian in residence is more or less like a developer advocate, but for Wikipedia. So it's quite a technical job, because sometimes it involves you having to code, write in Lua, and write some wiki-based stuff. So that was it for me. So that's it for me now. I currently contribute to open source, Wikipedia. Then I also write Solidity for blockchain, because I really love following what's happening, and I know it's all going to be for a while. I see tech as this building block. Everything is just building together. So when you learn how to do this today, or if this is trending today, it's going to fade out a little. Then it's going to come up with the next thing coming. For example, we've had Alexa. We've had Alexa coming. Alexa is voice commands and everything. So even if Alexa kind of dies down today, we are still inheriting the future of tech, whereby we are going to have voice commands and smart voices and voice controls, AI and everything. So nothing is really wasted when it comes to tech. So everything is still based on, if you still go to a lot of Web3 games and all of that, we still have HTML4 playing into it. We still have a lot of programming. It's a family of everything. And that's why everyone has to just respect what's coming up, and don't think one is a facade, one is just going to go, and one is just going to come and go. So interwoven.
Yeah, I see Derek has also joined, and hello to our other guest undergraduate, Mosimilawoo. I definitely butchered that. I'm so sorry.
I think that's Mosimilawoo. She's my friend.
Awesome. Great. Thanks for joining. I know Derek is a programmer and actually has his own language that he's created. So I'd love for you two to connect. So we are on Entre. It is Web3 in some parts. Like, you can integrate your wallet. You can start getting paid in crypto for putting out content here. It's not like 100 full platform Web3. So it's a good middle ground for those that are just kind of getting started. And you did talk a little bit about that. What do you think about blockchain technology, Web3, cryptocurrency? Give us a little bit of insight on your thoughts there.
Yeah, the thing with the blockchain technology, I like the way you put it. You say blockchain technology, not crypto. Currently, I have this community in Lagos where we come together to learn how to get the best of the blockchain. The blockchain is a very, very important technology that would really help us have this very transparent and record-based world, whereby a lot of things are being recorded, on the blockchain. Having things like MetaMask, I'm a big fan of. I'm a big advocate for MetaMask. Having something like MetaMask, a wallet that actually allows you to have access anonymously to several applications, to several decentralized applications, where you can, whether it's contributing with your token or building stuff, it really makes us more powerful than we've ever been. The blockchain technology really makes us more powerful than we've ever been, because it allows us collaborate. Apart from the anonymity it gives to us, it also gives us this opportunity to build. It's really, really borderless when it comes to the blockchain. I've built tokens before, whereby from nowhere, I didn't even have to market it. Liquidity was just coming in from everywhere. And, we were all on the Telegram, and everyone was asking me, where are you from? Where are you from? And I was like, hey, I'm a global citizen. And everyone was like, yeah, you're a global citizen. Let's do it. There is a global citizen, and I never rock pulled on anybody or did an SBF on anybody, And
did I freeze? Or we have Daniel frozen? Can you hear me, Daniel?
Everybody has that borderlessly. We're not restricted. Aida, can you?
Yep, I can. You're back now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not restricted by our location or any other thing. The blockchain technology is just very huge. There's a lot to be done on it. There's a lot to be built on it. Lots of everything on it is open source. Yes, we have a lot of centralized people who don't want to share their code, who don't want to share, because of course this codes cost them a lot of money to build and everything.
Did you freeze again? Daniel? Is it me? No, I'm moving still. Let me know if you guys have any questions while Daniel comes back. You can drop them into the room chat. For those that are just joining, we're chatting with Daniel. He's a 25-year-old tech owl, coding since he was 14, based out of Africa. He's passionate about web development, data science, animation, content writing, product development.
But then the whole ecosystem we are building, when you go to Ethereum.
You're getting a little choppy there, Daniel. We're having a little bit of a connection issue. Challenge there. Looks like we lost him. Maybe he'll pop right back in. So if you do have questions for Daniel, pop them into the chat, and please introduce yourself as well so you guys can connect with each other. Daniel's been leading over in Africa teams for Mozilla and Wikipedia communities. So lots to learn from him, and would love to get you guys to ask some questions. He's currently also the leader over at Unblock Africa, which seems to be a cool organization that we'll get into. Daniel, are you there?
I'm here in Lagos. When somebody calls you while you're on any conference call, you'd really regret it, because the internet here is just a bit crappy, but then it's all fine. Yeah, thank you for waiting and holding the line while I was away.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, thank you for popping back in. Why don't we dive into a little bit, because we're talking about Web3 blockchain. Why don't we talk a little bit about Unblock Africa? Tell us what you're doing there and what that's all about.
Man, Miriam, I was stunned. I was like, what the hell? Everybody in Africa, in Nigeria, are running after the whole crypto fiasco. Everybody's buying Dogecoin, buying Bitcoin, and buying everything. And I'm like, wait a minute. Do you know the technology behind these things? Do you know how to build your own token? Because I was in a Uber one time, and I saw a billboard of a token built by, I don't know who, but then they were asking people to buy. And when I went to the background of this coin, I found out that this token was built by God knows who, but it was not, the liquidity was not locked. So that means people were buying, right? People were buying the token, and the token was being robbed. But people didn't know. All they just knew was that they had the wallet, they had the token in their wallet. And I was like, Nigerians especially need to learn how to build on the blockchain. The blockchain was never a means to get people rich. The blockchain was never a means for consumerism. When it comes to the African side, when you talk about automobiles, when you talk about the aerospace, when you talk about even household electronics.
Looks like we lost Daniel again. I'm sure he'll be popping right back on. He might have been getting a phone call. There he goes.
Yeah, sorry. So what was the last thing I said? Africans.
When we're talking
Africans
about
are the consumers.
Yep.
Yeah, Africans on the consumer side. So I said, hey, see, we have to change this narrative. Let's bring Africans to build. Let's bring Africans. Oh no.
What's happening? Talk to me.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Am I back?
Yes.
Yes. So I think I want to I just disconnected something that might have been taken away. So am I back now?
Yes.
Okay. So I was like, we need to bring Africans to the table to learn how to contribute to the blockchain, how to make their own NFTs, how to make their own tokens, how to make their own decentralized applications. This is the only way we can contribute positively to the blockchain. We can't allow the consumerism that has taken over our attitude to Web2 to continue.
Slight connection issue there. Again.
Yeah, sorry. In Web2, we understood that Facebook ran this and different corps ran this, but now we can actually take a lot of advantage with Web3, the openness and the democratization, you know.
Think you're frozen. Just
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so the democratic system that Web3 gives to us, we could really take advantage of it, and that's why we actually started Unblock Africa. We're introducing people to MetaMask, teaching people how MetaMask works. We have also at NFT Garage to help people understand that NFTs can be more than just JPEGs and PNGs. That NFTs can actually be can actually be used as tokens.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me know when you're back there. We're losing you one again.
Yeah, pardon me, please.
Of course.
I wish I had better internet right here.
Well, let's talk a little bit about, besides internet, right? What are some of the other challenges that you've faced along your journey to accomplish your goals?
Well, aside from the internet, which has obviously showed itself off right now, many of the challenges that I face when it comes to my goals is electricity, of course, in Africa. In Africa, or let me say Nigeria particularly, because I know some African countries are getting electricity right as we speak. So electricity is also a very big issue. You don't always have electricity to work, so you have limited time to really build. Also, there's a bit of stigmatization, when it comes to, you being a Nigerian. There's a big story around, Nigerians being scammers and a lot of things like that. So there's a bit of that as well. But I'm able to fly over it, but then not still so much because it's a general notion. So it's very difficult for you to drive a notion that a lot of people, have from years back. It's very tough for only you to ride against that cloud. And another thing, maybe the third one, would be that there isn't so much opportunities facing Nigerians as you would find with other countries. What do I mean? For example, you go to Glassdoor or greenjobs.io or something, greenhouse.io. You go to Breezy HR and the rest of all those websites where you get jobs, and you find out that there is a lot of these jobs, but then they're only US remote, UK remote, Europe remote. So lots of jobs in tech are facing Europe and the United States. And like my friends would always say, the A in EMEA is silent. We have this thing called Middle East, Europe and Middle East and Africa. The EMEA is very quiet. Lots of people say they are facing Africa, they are doing diversity and a lot of that, but it's all lies sometimes. You see a lot of everything. It's not just so when you go do the coding, when you have the skills, you have everything. You're not welcome on Fiverr, welcome on Upwork. I don't have a Fiverr. I don't have a Fiverr account. I don't have an Upwork account. What I do basically is I just try and spot out places where there are few Africans doing anything, or places where there's a few spotlight on Africa, and I just go there and do whatever. For example, the first time I put up an event on Ethereum.org, there was no African event there. Like there was maybe the last African event they had there was probably 3 months ago. When I went to Ethereum Dubai, I almost could hide because I was like the only African in sight, right? And I could count the Africans that were there. Like I literally had to make friends with them. So there's a lot of limited spaces out there for Africans to jump on. And I don't blame the global world not allowing Africans to jump in, because they also have to employ people in the United States as well. Lots of United States people, lots of Americans are also unemployed and are equally talented as well. There's also a restriction when it comes to time zones. I really, really understand that. My boss, for example, has to stay, she's in the same time zone as you are right now. So my day has ended, right? But she's still at the peak of her own energy, and she has to let me go. She can't add more work to me. So the energy is not balancing. So she sometimes has to wake up by 5 a.m. to have meetings with me. It's a challenge, but I actually think about it several times, and I'm like, I'm not sure anybody wants to do this for anybody. They would rather choose from their time zone. So I'm just quite lucky,
Yeah.
So electricity is a big issue. There's a discrimination around Nigerians, which I think is already passing away these days, and also there are limited roles that want to see the whole world. Not all remote is remote. Many remotes are just restricted to certain spaces. So
That's and you bring up some interesting challenges that I wouldn't have thought you would have brought up, but I love how you're very optimistic and still positive about them and just kind of like pushing through. So you're building these different communities. Tell us a little bit about that. What would you recommend to people who are trying to go out and build a community of their own?
Yeah, so the first community that I built, I think I built two communities first, and that was the Mozilla community in my undergraduate school and the Wikipedia community in my undergraduate school as well. And this was what I found out. I found out that a lot of big projects, every project is a big project, but then not everybody can actually put up so much resources and so much time. There's an amount of work you can allocate to me. There's an amount of work you can allocate to anybody on your staff team. But there's so much work to be done out there, and a lot of CEOs, a lot of organizations go to sleep every night, and they're like, "Shoot, we wish we could do this. We wish we could increase the baseline here. We wish we could increase what the output is here." But the thing is, nobody's going to do it in the next 6 months. The roadmap that you have for everybody, you can't really put it in for everybody. There's a limit to how much staff can do, and there's a limit to how much of staff that certain people can have. So that is where community comes in. And when I had the first community that I did, which was also the Mozilla community, and I was seeing them having a lot of Mozilla is open source, they are non-profit, but a lot of people don't know that. Mozilla wants to see a lot of people do a lot of testings, and a lot of people don't know that. So I was trying to raise up testers and people who are very passionate about open source for Mozilla. And I was also doing the same thing for Wikipedia when it comes to African related content. So Wikipedia cannot edit itself. So I was raising people in the student community. I was telling them, "Hey, Wikipedia needs you. Wikipedia needs you. Wikipedia needs you. Let's do this. Let's come together. You can edit Wikipedia. Wikipedia is missing content here. Oh, they need a typo fixed here. They need a picture added here." And we're putting all that together. So it all paid out at the end of the day, because today I'm on Wikipedia's payroll basically, because I am a Wikipedian in residence. Also, Mozilla sent me a shirt maybe a couple of time ago. Also, I'm in the product hunt community as well. Now, I think I have this flick when it comes to community. And what I would basically say to anybody who wants to start up a community is give first. Give first. Just give first, because there's a lot already for every community you're starting. Whatever software is behind that community, they've given a lot already. But when you give first, you not only do you improve the software behind it, or the website behind it, or the service behind it, you're giving it a reason to see another day, right? You're giving it a reason to see another day. So when you give, when you contribute, you are giving life to that project. You're giving life to that project. So that should be your focus, So I have actually gone on the streets of Lagos before to put up posters for Mozilla, just to teach people how to, build websites and how to understand Mozilla better, and they didn't do anything. They didn't give me anything, but that was because I was very passionate, about them, and it's just pay off. So what I just advise community people is give first, give resources, look for resources to encourage people, give resources to engage people, to keep people hooked to the whole project or website, and try and reach out when you've given. When you've given, then you reach out to the project or community, or to the project. Let me stick to project. So when you've given, reach out to the project, and tell them, oh, this is what I've done. This is what I've done. It's not also to open source communities alone. It's also to closed projects as well, like Product Hunt, where you and I are both ambassadors. And you see, everybody just have it in mind that everybody goes to sleep wishing they could have an angel who could fix up something for them, who could talk about their project, who could talk about their website, who could talk about 5 ways they could actually do better. Everybody goes to sleep having that in mind. And if you could wake up to put that on your to-do, come on.
Yeah.
You would save lives, you would save jobs, and you could even spot up something for yourself.
Well said. I definitely love having a little guardian angel that does stuff for me. That is amazing. Yeah. And I know you are doing a lot of work. What kind of things, as we're starting to kind of like wind down here a little bit, if people have questions, please drop them in the chat before we wrap up. What kind of projects are you taking on, if any? Do you have room and bandwidth in your schedule to do anything? Should we put out for people to contact you to work on?
Oh, I'll be very glad. Before the whole SBF thing happened, I was working on Open Bank. I am working on Open Bank Africa. Open Bank Africa is going to be a lending platform where people could come and stake their cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin and the rest of that. They could come stake their cryptocurrencies, and they could also take loans. They could take crypto loans. So I also have, so that's basically Open Bank Africa. I also have this thing called basketball, right? That's the BASKETHBALL, basketball. And the whole idea behind basketball is to bring people together to buy an NFT, and we use the proceeds from the NFTs to buy a basketball court, to buy a basketball court, a basketball facility. Yes. And it's going to be closed-in basketball facilities. So we can play basketball. So people can come play basketball. Those who hold the NFTs have exclusive access, and we can rent out the basketball facility to people who want to have events. For example, in Nigeria, I don't know if it's the same in the States, you can actually come to a basketball court and host a wedding, host an event, do a lot of things. You could even host a seminar. You could have your chairs. You could host a seminar in the basketball court. So we just want to have a basketball facility whereby we could host events for children, for youths. We could host tournaments. We could host a lot of stuff. And because the sports side of Nigeria is not really looked into. If you follow the news a couple of times, you'd see that recently the female arm of the basketball of Nigeria's basketball team, didn't make it to their own FIFA version, that's FIBA. It was very annoying. These girls are very good. These girls are really very good. And Nigeria doesn't just put up a lot of things on grassroots sports. So that's what basketball wants to cover. And also for Unblock Africa, lots of Nigerians have cryptocurrencies. They have money. They have cryptocurrencies, but then they want to do a lot of things. Like they want to pay school fees. They want to probably, buy a car or something. But then the crypto is in the deep. So what we want to do with Unblock Africa is we want to take 5 Bitcoin from you, right, and give you about 3 or 4 Bitcoin worth in stablecoin. So you can go and spend the 4 Bitcoin, then you can always pay back, and we give you back your collateral, which is the crypto. And if the value of, let's say you dropped $5,000 worth of Bitcoin, if it's falling below to, let's say $3,000, then we just liquidate you. That's how it works. So we just know that a lot of Africans don't have good access to loans, and a lot of Africans are actually into crypto. So low access to loan, high interest in crypto come together. We do open bank, but then I'm now I have my theories all on the board for what open bank should be, and now I'm more careful than I was ever since SBF, Genesis, and BlockFi all started thinking. I'm not very woke. I'm very checking. I'm checking the books.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on the.
Yeah, I'm not very scared. I'm scared. Oh, what do we have in the liquidity? What shouldn't we have? Should we have Theta? Should we have USDC or USDT or USD, whatever? So that's what we're looking at now. The more, Web3 is so interesting. The more you learn, the more you learn, the more we grow, the more we learn. And we just keep saying, when things happen to different people, we don't want to repeat the same mistakes, because we love the blockchain so much. We've seen the light, right? We've seen the beauty of the blockchain, and we've seen the advantages. We've benefited from it. We have a lot of projects that we want to do, and we don't want it to go down. We don't want to see skepticisms around. We see a lot of people exiting already. We've seen a lot of billions, leaving after a lot of incidences. But we don't want to see that happen. We want to see people come and still have faith in what we're doing. Yeah, so that's basically it.
Well, I wish you the best with all of that, and it's exciting to have been able to chat with you.
And I'm open to working with anybody in the Entre community. And I'm not leaving the Entre community. I'm going to be here. I love it here already.
Awesome.
I love it here already.
Yeah, definitely take some time to connect. I see Tracy's joined, and nice to see you, Samuel, Conchi, Rita, everybody that's taken time to watch the stream today. Those that are watching on YouTube as well. Hello, I do see you there. And Daniel, how can people get in touch with you if they want to ask more or learn more?
Okay. If you Google my name, you would easily find, okay, those are my dogs. They want to reach out to me already. Okay. Emmanuel, bring Gaspar to say hello.
Definitely. Bring him up. We love dogs.
Yeah. Bring Gaspar to say hello. Yeah. So I'm not saying you should come. I'm saying Gaspar. Yeah. So if you look up my name, I'm on Twitter as Obiokeke _, right? Yeah. I'm on Twitter as Obiokeke _.
Oh my gosh! Look at the baby. So cute. Oh my gosh.
Jasper, see. He's not looking forward.
That's so
yeah. So this is Jasper.
Nikolai, that's
Jasper, that's Miriam.
Hi, puppy. Hi.
Yeah.
Oh
and
my
Sonia,
gosh, Daniel, that dog is so cute.
Yeah, and this is Sonia. Yeah, Sonia.
Hi, puppers. Oh, with the little paw waves. I can't. That's so cute.
Yeah, they're my brothers anyway. He adopts dogs. He finds dogs and he gives them a second chance. He's lost a couple of them. There was a time he picked up a dog that got eaten by a vehicle. But that's another day that's another story for another day. They're his, and we love them so much. So I am Daniel. If you Google my name, you could easily find my handles. But then I'm more on Twitter as Obiokeke underscore. Obiokeke underscore.
Awesome. Yep. Let's go ahead.
Oh, let me share my screen.
Drop that.
Let me share my screen so I can share my handle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, let me just share my screen.
That's great. Cool.
Yeah. So this is it. Obiokeke.
Nice.
Yeah, so this Obiokeke.
Will you grab
Obiokeke.
that URL and drop it into the room chat here so people can connect with you?
Yeah, definitely.
Perfect. Nice.
Yeah. And I'd really like to connect with Derek as well, since he's got a language, and I'd really love to get to it and see what we could do together. Derek, I don't know if you're there. I know your name is not showing up, so sorry. But then I'm seeing you vividly, bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
And every other person was made it up here. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I can connect you with Derek. Looks like he dipped out, but unless he's in a position ghost like Nikolai is, it's just so weird. But you're a programmer, you understand, like when you're building, there's always little bugs and things to work out. So it's kind of a little fun thing to figure out, like what's going on there, I'm sure. But thank you, Daniel. It's been great to chat with you and learn a little bit about what you're working on, and hope we can stay connected. We will stay connected. If there's anything I can do to support your work, let me know. I appreciate everyone for joining today, and make sure you connect with Daniel.
Thank you so much, Miriam. You're the best. Hugs.
Thanks. You are.
And lights. Thank you. Yeah. Bye for now. Meow, like we say in Product Hunt. Meow. Meow. Bye.
Bye, guys.